These people think they too cool. You ain't cool. You ain't cool. You don't know what you're doing. Type deal. Let's get it. Shalom. To the hopeful elect of Israel. This is your fellow servant, Shemaiah. Let's give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kwakadash. And let's give double honors to our elders and apostles of GMS. This to the men doing the work, right? And also to the Aqua, standing by their husbands in these trying times, because not only are the Akim doing the work, going through it, the Aqua, y'all got a part to play too. It's not like the men gonna be doing all the work and going through the hell by themselves. This is a nation thing. And just like we gotta go through the hell, we gotta suffer for, suffer our afflictions. It's a nation thing. The Akim, Aqua, y'all gotta go through it too. But to the faithful, endure. Adawan Ratzazah. I wanna go here, because I had a thought in my mind, right? I remember watching old cartoons and old movies where you see like a king or a soldier, they're given a sword, right? They're given a sword to fight a battle. And like the most pristine swords, the best swords get beat up the most, right? They go to the fire, you take the sword, you put it in the fire, so that when they get placed upon the anvil, you can beat it and beat it and beat it until it's that perfect weapon. All right. And it's just, if you going, when we walking in this path of this truth, it's like we get beat up and beat up and beat up, and we don't know what it's for. You have to consider the fact that, like I said to the men, the Lord is making you a weapon, turning you into a weapon that he's going to use, which I got to get this precept or the scripture. Oh, I almost forgot that one. Let me get that one first. Matter of fact, I got to pull that one up. Got to pull that one up. I almost forgot that one. That should be one of the first ones. Isaiah 41. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth that shall thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as cliffs. That's these governments and cities, the rulers of these governments and cities. Esau, Edom, they're kings, on the elite side of Esau, Edom. Starting with Amalek. The DuPonts, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, the Rothschilds. And these little itty bitty ones, what they call them, the Joe 6-pack, Edomites, and all the other heathens. You have to beat them into submission, right? But the Lord, what you're going through, what you're afflicting, what you're going through, hey man, it's for a purpose. We're not going through this hell for no reason. We're learning how to be patient, right? We're learning how to be patient with people. We're learning how to not get in our feelings and our emotions when it comes to judging and talking to people. That way we are 100% in line with the order of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. We're putting off the weak nature, right? You know, we ain't gonna be like these Negroes and these thugs, wannabe thugs and gangsters, where they go and spend life behind bars because they get into their emotions and their feelings. They can't control their emotions and feelings when it comes to dealing with people. No, the Lord is making us, putting us on a whole new level. You know, if you don't go through nothing, if you don't get whoopings coming up as a kid or whatever, you think, you know, you get emotional about everything. The Lord's taking us through this, you know, to make us weapons of a new sharp instrument. Right, let me go here. I only got, what, 5 minutes? Golly, boy. We got 5 minutes. I'm gonna squeeze 9 out of it though. Let's go here to Jeremiah 51:20. The Lord say, "Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, and with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms." Yeah, the Lord's gonna use His men, right? That 144,000, the tabernacle of King David, you know, to thrash these nations into smithereens. He's looking at you. And like I said in one of my lessons, I don't think I put it out yet, but I will soon enough. The elect, especially the 144,000, they're like needles in a haystack. They're like needles in a haystack. You know, the camp I go to, it's like 1 out of every city. And it's about 11 cities around, you know, 10 cities. I think it's like 2 or 3 here in Orlando, and then on the surrounding cities, that's where everybody else is at, the other part of the 11. That's like a needle in a haystack. It's not like you're gonna find a bunch of the men of Israel, the hopeful elect in one spot. You know, it's gonna be a needle in a haystack. And that's how we are, because the Lord willing we be a part of that number. I don't want Ratazah, because we not, I could say, we're not normal. The Lord is not making us normal. You know, we're not your everyday run-of-the-mill individuals, men, right? So we're gonna have to go through something. Loneliness, trials and tribulations, dealing with family or so-called family relatives, right? Dealing with their bullshit, taking us through the fire, being lonely, being a soldier, right? Soldier meaning solitude, by yourself. In this walk, most of us are by ourselves most of the time. That's why it's a beautiful thing to have a camp and go to camp, and be a part of the congregation. Here's the one I want to get, then I'm gonna close it out. This is Ecclesiasticus 2:5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. All right, acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Like I was saying in the beginning, it's like a sword being beaten. First the sword has to go into the fire. The sword has to go into the fire and get melted down. And at first, we come to this thing, we get melted down. We get melted down, relieving all the purities or the impurities out of us. Like gold. Then after that, you take that sword. I forget the procedure or the process. Whether you take it out. No. While it's hot, while it's still hot, right? While it's still going through that affliction, through that burning, it's getting beat. It's getting beat into shape. All right. The chastisement of the Lord. That's a sign that He loves you. That He's trying to build you up. The same thing as any father. A father, when he chastises you, it's to make you better. It's not to make you weak, or it's not to hurt you, or to kill you. It's to build you up and make you better, make you a sharper instrument. You know, and a lot of. If you're dealing with a woman that doesn't understand that, and everything you try to put down, a rule or a law to make your children better, your children are gonna, man, I don't know what to say. Unless the Lord is with them, they're gonna go off in a lot of ways. You know, I ain't gonna speak on that too much. I'm gonna leave that right there. But yeah, the same way a father would discipline his children to make them sharp, to make them strong, that's what Yahweh Bashim Shah is doing to us. All right, taking us through these afflictions, not giving us everything that we want, but providing us with what we need, right? Our daily benefits, right? Which we pray for His word more than even our necessary bread. His knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's going to be the stability of our times. And that's how we learn these lessons. That's how we remember the words. You know, by being afflicted, going through these afflictions. Again, Ecclesiastes 2:5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So if you ain't going through nothing, I don't know what to tell you, man. You gotta ask yourself, is the Lord dealing with you? If you ain't going through nothing. All right. So whatever you take it, man, take it cheerfully, right? When thou art brought to a lower state, take it cheerfully. You know, whatever afflictions the Lord bring upon you, man, it's not to kill you or to destroy you, right? It's to make you better. It's to build you up, like that sword in the fire. And then after that sword get put on the anvil, when it's red hot and it's getting beaten into submission, it's getting beaten into the perfect form, it's getting beaten into the perfect weapon of destruction, right? After they get beaten, what happens? They take the rest of it, they take the sword after the product is done, and they cool it off by dipping it in that little water. Bathe, dipping off in that water, wetting it. It's perfect now. And Lord willing, we come out on the other side perfect, man. Take it cheerfully, man. Don't let the afflictions get to you too much. Lord willing, understand what it's for, and through it all, call Allah Yahweh Bashim Shah for going through it. The Lord's letting you know He loves you. With that, I'm going to close out, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Shah, Bashim Kwakadash, to the hopeful elect, endure, Adawan Ratazah, endure. Until next time, Shalom.